right, 2023 goals. Let's hope it's better than 2022. Hi, I'm Elena of Financialdemics, where we talk about the basics of personal finance. And we like to focus a little bit on, budgeting, because I think it's important to know what's going on with your money, savings, paying off debt, and making more money. And a few other personal finance things that I think are important and I don't want you to miss. And so today we're talking about my 2023 goal. Now, if you have not seen my video about my 2022 goals, then check that out. Check that out first. And I'm hoping this year that I'm signed up for the soft life. Y'all seen those reels people been doing where they're calling God, like making sure they're signed up for the soft life and not the strong woman life? Because I need an easy year, okay? But let's talk about my goals. Regardless of the fact, we still gonna put in that work and do what we need to do. And so these are the goals that I am choosing for 2023. Now, normally I pick 3 goals. I started doing that a few years ago because I realized when I picked too many financial goals that a lot of them don't get done. And last year, we was at a little, 66%. We was 2 out of 3, but that's okay. I explained why we were. And so I'll hit on it a little bit in this video, but this year we are going to have an extra goal. And I don't know how I feel about it. It's a goal that is needed. We're going to work towards it. And hopefully it happens, but we're going to have 4 goals this year instead of 3. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is pay off my son's car. I explained in my last video about my 2022 goals was that really the plan was to make it happen at the end of the year. I clearly have an issue with pulling money out of my savings, but I had figured out basically how to make this happen cash flow wise. But there was a medical emergency with my son. He got hurt in practice, and so emergency room visits, specialists, and where my son goes to school is out of our network for insurance. So we didn't know exactly, what that's going to look like. And I personally I was not about to just like throw it on a car and then, we're getting medical bills that are thousands on thousands of dollars. Not happening. So I put a hard pause on everything that I had planned to spend money for at that point. And so, except for one thing, but that's separate. That's, for the rental property. But I basically am waiting on the bills. So we got the summary of benefits or the statement of benefits that our insurance sends. And so now I kind of have an idea of how much some of the stuff costs, not all of it, because all the bills haven't come through yet. And I also mentioned that even though we got health insurance through the school also, they make you go through your own insurance, then you go through the health insurance at the school, and then the conference insurance kicks into place. So it's a lot of pieces to it. So I just got to kind of like work through it. And once we get our insurance stuff, then we can go to the school and go through that insurance. And then whatever's left, then possibly go through the conference insurance. So it's a lot of pieces to it. So right now I'm just trying to hold on to that cash because I got to figure out how much is it going to cost. And I already told you that bill is like one bill came and it's already close to 5 figures. Next bill, not the bill, but the actual summary of how much it costs. And then the next one showed up. So I already know we're 5 figures. And so I'm just trying to figure out what's what. Like as far as like how much, I know how much our insurance is going to pay, but how much is the school's insurance going to pay? And once I get that idea, then we'll be good. Then I can more so use that money if I don't have to really use it. So in the meantime, what I've decided to do is I have been saving my student loan payments to put on my student loan once payments start back up for the next few months, instead of saving that payment, I'm not going to dip into my stash, but instead of saving that payment, I am going to put it towards the car payment, or the principal balance, I should say, because it's not towards the car payment, because we will still be paying the car payment plus my student loan payment, and then any extra money that I typically pay myself from my businesses. What I usually do is I like do other things with it. Not spend it, but like other wealth building things. I'm just gonna like shift some things around and take a percentage of that also and put it towards the car to pay the car faster. That is what I'm going to do. That'll just make me feel more comfortable until I see, you know, where we're going to fall with these medical bills. So the next thing I have on my goals list is to start my student loan payoff journey. Now, you know, I've been putting this off because of what's going on. I kind of just explained what I've been doing. So you know that I've been saving my student loan payment in a separate savings account, and I'm going to put that money on the student loan once student loan payments restart, and I'm going to kind of use that as the jump start of paying off my student loans again. What I'm going to do is I'm not even going to focus on that student loan, as I just mentioned, until June. That's when payments are supposed to restart. So once June comes around, I already have something set in my calendar to sit down, kind of figure out what those numbers are going to look like, and then handle that from that point going forward. So that's listed as a goal. So I don't have a full goal for it yet. I shouldn't say I don't have a full goal, but there's an amount that I wanted to focus on paying off based off of when payments start up. So I have to kind of calculate what that amount will be at that point in time. All right, so then I'm still going to trade. So as you could tell, most of these are still the goals that I have for 2022 because I started late. So I'm still going to continue to trade and try to hone my skills with trading. This is kind of the thing that I know, like, I like what I'm doing and it interests me. So I really want to focus on that in my free time. I am going to give myself grace the first few months of the year just because it's just going to be busy overall. And I'm trying to be smart about what I have on my plate, right? Because sometimes we make goals and we don't make them realistic for our lifestyle. So starting in, I'll say May, then we'll start really heavily focusing on it. But I'm going to still continue to kind of like watch the market, try to learn as much as possible. And then in May, like really take off with trying to learn more and trying to do more and really just hone in and understand how the market works, even though the market has been down. But I think it's good to know how to trade in an up market and a down market. So that's why I want to be focused on like options. And then the last one that I'm a little uneasy about, I know why I'm uneasy about it. I don't know if I'm explaining in this video why I'm uneasy about it, is we're putting moving back on the table. We have got to either, like, we're supposed to buy a house this year. Interest rates are high. But I don't let stuff like that stop me because refinancing always exists. So we're supposed to be trying to look this year. We will see how this goes. That will not happen until probably like sometime this summer. True, which a lot has happened in summer. I really don't like all that lined up in summer. But this summer, we're going to start looking again so that we can hopefully find something that we like. I've talked about this journey. I took it off the table in 2022. We were doing this journey in 2021. I shouldn't say my husband and I took it off the table in 2022 because my husband actually switched jobs so that and he switched complete career paths. So that was a piece of it. So, and 2022 was crazy. So we needed to take a minute and regroup. But we are going to start looking again. We've been watching the market. Prices are coming down in our area. I'm not expecting a crash. I'm sorry for the people who feel like they're going to be one. If there's one, bravo, but I just don't expect one. So we're gonna start looking. Y'all know, if you're OG, been here for a minute, you know I can't stand like the style of houses in my area, so there's not many options. So we're gonna see how that goes, because it's a little bit of a struggle. But yeah, so we're gonna start looking. We've been like glancing around, seeing who's dropping their prices. There's still some crazy people out here still coming out with like houses that have no updates whatsoever. And granted, I'm not looking for the house with the updates, but you're trying to get like top dollar for a house that hasn't been updated since it was built. I don't understand. So we'll see how this goes. I'm hesitant to put it out there that that's, you know, that we are gonna start, that's part of one of my goals. But I gotta leave it out there and keep going, and we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let God handle that one, because he gonna have to. So those are my 2023 goals. In the comments below, let me know what your goals are. And then also, if you're watching this, just know that if you don't have your goals yet, that is okay. You do not have to have goals at the beginning of the year. You could start your goal at any point that you want to. But I may come back with another video just breaking down like my goals plan a little bit more. I'm not sure yet. Y'all let me know if you want to see that. And I will see you next time with a new video.